What's up? This is future Stephanie. The editing of this February wrap up is late. I recorded this a while ago. I recorded it on time, but the editing of it happened late. So, there's that. Enjoy though. Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is February's wrap up and stats video. Alrighty, so like most months, I'm just gonna jump right into it, get real quick, and remember that if you just want to see the chronological slideshow at the end, it will be timestamped down below. So let's just jump into all the things, all the numbers, the things, because I like to talk. Yeah. So this month of February, last month, I'm running late. The month of February, I read 25 books. 10 of them were in audiobook, 15 were ebooks. I read 2 arcs, and I read 0 physical books this month. On to the ratings. I DNF'd 1 book. I had 0 1 stars, 1 2 star, 3 3 stars, 16 4-star books, and 4 5-star books. On to one of my favorite sections, which is the blackout section, where I let's see if I can get this out. Talk to you or tell you about the Black books or Black authored books that I read for the month. And being that it was Black History Month, yeah, majority of my books that I read were from Black authors. So these are in no particular order. I'm just gonna read them off for you, like usual. Emilio De Luca by Lindell Williams. Coming Home, which is only available in audiobook, by Kennedy Ryan. Cocky Romance by Nia Authors. Defeat by Evelyn Sola. Stamped from the Beginning by Ibram X. Kendi. Now, I DNF this book. You'll find out later, but yeah, or you'll see in the slideshow. I DNF this book, but it's a soft DNF. I'm going to be taking this chapter by chapter, so that's why it's on the red list. All Yours by Janice Dixon. The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry. Cupid's Kiss Anthology. It's an anthology with stories from Mo Flames, Nicoya Zhang, Dari McCoy, Kay McCoy, Latrell R. Wilson, and Jade Nell. The Many Dates of Indigo by Amber D. Samuel. Silent Night by Xavier Neal. A Million to Stay by Blue Sapphire. Men of Endurance collection by Sierra London. This is 4.5 stories in a bun. His Majesty by Shone. Damned If You Don't by Loveland Blue. Passing by Nella Larson. And Northern Stars by Brittany Cherry. So for bookish news, the only bookish news that I have is that my content's going to be spotty. I started a new job. If you have been following me, you know this. And it is mostly in the morning to the early afternoon, and it's dealing with kids and water safety, and it is taxing, but it's such a joy. It's so much fun teaching these kids. So the content may be spotty. Just giving you guys a heads up and a warning. On to my favorite section of this video every single month. This is my top reads. Now, in the past, I had done 5. Now I am just doing whatever I feel that you guys need to read are my top reads, for the month. And starting it off with Damned If You Don't by Loveland Blue. Now, for this one, you do need to read the previous book to understand the world and understand the family dynamics that are going on. But this one, I loved getting our next look into the bodyguard of the mafia family that we're dealing with, as well as the sister that really was an asshole in the first book, and you kind of get to see why she was the asshole. And even though I wasn't a big fan of her in the first book, I not necessarily a complete fan of her during the second one, but completely understand where she's coming from. So I loved that about that book. The next book that I'm telling you guys go read. Now, this, I have to preface this by saying, if this is, don't force this book. Don't force this next book. Let it speak to you to say, hey, you need to read me now. And that is The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry. This is Brittany Cherry's, I want to say, her first Black love story. And I was here for it. I was so here for it. So we have a musician who is dealing with grief, and really, really close grief, the grief and loss of his brother, his twin brother. So he is dealing with that, as well as we are dealing with a single mom who is dealing with taking care of her little girl, and the struggles that come along with that, with not having any family help. And there's a tumultuous, like, family dynamic there. Well, he comes into the bar that she is bartending and has a meltdown. This is like the low of the low for him, and she steps out of her comfort zone and actually takes care of him for a little bit, and then they form this friendship that was just so beautiful, helping each other sort of work through their own grief and dealing with loss and things like that. And I just, the book had me in tears from like page 1 to the ending. And it wasn't always sad tears. There were some happy tears. There were frustration tears, and just so many emotions that came with this book. And I loved every single moment of it. The next book I'm going to tell you guys to go check out is Silent Night by Xavier Neal. Once again, you do need to read Compassion by Xavier Neal, which I read in January to start the year, that I absolutely loved. This is a sort of follow-up, an extended epilogue, you could say, or actually it's a whole nother story. But you do need to read Compassion before you read Silent Night, because it is following the same family, the same couple, but 10 years into the future. And you get to see where they are now, and the whole theme of compassion runs deep in this book as well, and how their compassion for each other and their compassion for family, and how things, how they move through the world with compassion. It was just absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Then the final book I'm going to tell you guys to go check out is Defeat by Evelyn Sola. Now, this one right here, I had like really no expectations going into it. I wasn't even sure how it connected with the stories, but then when it started to evolve into what we got, and I was here for it. I was like, yes, thank you, and give me more. So in this story, we have a runaway bride situation where her friends are being friends. They are hiding her out because they know her family is toxic and are wanting her to do things that she, doesn't want to do. She's changed her mind and she wants to be her own person. Well, the place that they end up hiding her friends end up hiding her, also happens to be the house of the brother to those friends. And he comes home early to find her in his bed, and their dynamic was just electric. The two of them dealing with the things that they were dealing with. One has commitment issues. The other is trying to stand up for herself and really place herself in the world. I was here for it. I loved this dynamic. I didn't even feel that it was an over a 300-page book, because every turn, everything was explained in such a flowing way that I was just involved in the story. And I cannot wait for the third book that comes out in this series of characters of this family, because I have a feeling that it's going to be good. It's going to be so good. Alrighty, so that's the quick portion of this video. If you know my outro, or you just don't want to stick around for anything other than this, the chronological slideshow is up next. So go ahead and check those chapters and you can jump ahead. Other than that, if you are staying, Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another video.